Sega. Oh, yeah, Sega. That's what I'm talking about. See, I came up when Sega first came out. Sega! Okay? I remember he brought forth Genesis. See, coming up, I came through Atari 2600. One of my buddies had, what was it, 5200, was it? And another friend had the 7800, I believe they were. Yeah, so I had a chance to play all the Ataris. The only thing I didn't get a chance to play was something like ColecoVision or something like that, or a Commodore 64. But anyway, Nintendo Entertainment System comes out. Then I'm hearing about this damn Genesis, because Nintendo Entertainment System took over the world. Okay, it took the world by storm. Everybody was playing Nintendo. Everybody. First it was Atari, then Nintendo took over. And I heard that Genesis actually sold better in the United States than the Super Nintendo did, even though I had a Super Nintendo. I was a loyal Nintendo fan at that time, so I got a Super Nintendo. My brother actually got a Genesis, and I would, whatever games I wanted to play on Genesis, I would just borrow from somebody and play it on his system. He didn't have much. I think he only had like Sonic and Madden or something like that. Or Joe Montana football. Is it? Joe Montana was doing football first, right? Before Madden, I think. So, at that point in time, I was getting older and I was like, hey, look, if I could have both, I definitely will. So when PlayStation came out, I had a PlayStation. And when Saturn came out, I got a Saturn because I was huge into fighting games. And at that time, the Sega Saturn actually could handle the frames of animation that the PlayStation couldn't. The PlayStation was mainly a polygon machine, was doing 3D. That was its specialty. That rhymed on hate the game. Bars! Album dropping next week, and it will be dropping on physical. Okay, just so you know, on all physical formats. All right, 8-track tape, vinyl, cassette tape, CD. And of course, you got your digital format streaming, and you can download the MP3. All right, pre-order now. So, I got X-Men vs. Street Fighter on it. I got Marvel Superheroes on it. All the Street Fighter Alpha games that I could get my hands on. Street Fighter Alpha 2 Gold, Street Fighter Alpha 2. Because Street Fighter Alpha I got on PlayStation. Okay, but all the ones after that, loved playing on that game. I mean, on that machine. Sega Saturn is beloved by me. Me and my boys had many great battles on my Sega Saturn. I remember packing it up in my book bag and taking it to my boy's house. And oh, man, because I was... So then I'm hearing, yo, you ain't heard about the Dreamcast? What are you talking about the Dreamcast? What you talking about a Dreamcast? What's that? That's Sega's new drawing. Yo, man, that's killing anything else. Ended up getting that. Ended up getting Soul Calibur. And what was it called? It's time to dance. It's time to dance. Afro Thunder. What was the name of that game? I got Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Second Impact. Was it Second Impact? Was it called? Yeah. First one called First Strike. I can't remember. Problem with Sega was, in between the Sega Genesis, they had the 32X, right? The Sega Genesis, they had the 32X. Then they have Sega CD. They had the Sega Genesis, Sega CD, and 32X. Sega Saturn and Dreamcast. And the word was that they just, for some reason, failed to fully support these systems long enough. I don't know why. They had something with the Genesis. Genesis was a great competition for Super Nintendo. The Sega Saturn, at a time when fighting games were, it could do them all. And whatever frames of animation it couldn't handle, you had a RAM cartridge you could buy. That's right in that closet right there. I got all of it. I can set it up right now. I had a key cartridge that I had to put in so it could play the Japanese, because you couldn't get them over here. Certain games you couldn't get over here. And at a certain point, you pulled it out and you put the RAM cartridge in, and it would play. Of course, after putting the disc in, you know what I mean? And oh God, we loved playing them games, man. I felt all the nostalgia bits. So what I'm thinking to myself is this, okay? I've been ranting. We ain't even got into the article yet. Sega, okay? Before I even read this, you do know this is your opportunity, correct? You do know that if Sony is stupid enough to not backtrack, you do know that if Xbox is stupid enough to not continue to do discs, you do know that this is your opportunity to bring out your own system that can compete with them, that comes with a disc drive, and you continue to print discs. All of the nostalgia will come running back to everyone that grew up with Sega, and they will buy it. You do know this, right? And you come out with a flagship Sonic game that comes bundled in it. Ta-da-da! You're at the top again. Just this time, don't stop supporting your platforms. That's it. Says here, Sega won't ditch physical media, but says digital expansion is vital. Sega's president, Shuji Utsumi, said the company will still value the culture of physical media despite the push to an all-digital future. No one really loves Sony's decision to kill physical PlayStation discs in January 2028, and there is data that backs up the company's plan. Sega's president understands the choice and the numbers, but he says the company remains committed to producing physical media despite the push to an all-digital future. We don't want your future! In a recent interview with Famitsu, that was translated by Eurogamer, Sega president Shuji Utsumi spoke about how the company needs to be more digitally conscious and become more global. For Sega, digitalization is an important part of the company's business going forward. When it comes to titles we call full games for consoles and PCs, we believe that a digital shift is crucial, Utsumi told Famitsu. Of course, consoles are important, and the proportion of people who play on PCs is steadily increasing. Even in areas where consoles are not widely available, there are people who say, I can play it on PC. In order to cultivate that market, we believe it is important to strengthen our digitalization. In admitting that an all-digital future is seemingly inevitable, Utsumi acknowledged that physical media is still a vital aspect of the games industry and something he hopes Sega can balance. You know what vital is? You know what vital is? Huh? Vital is your heart, okay? Your heart is vital to your body functioning. Your liver is vital to your body functioning. Both of your kidneys are vital to your body functioning. Physical is vital to the industry, he says. Okay? They need it to function. We were originally a platform provider, of course, and we still value the culture of physical media, Utsumi continued. Rather than completely abandoning that, we are currently challenging ourselves to shift so that we can think about and act on the important aspects of the digital media in parallel. This is somewhat a stark contrast. Someone say stark? Impact. Though, stark contrast, sorry. This is somewhat stark contrast to what Ubisoft CEO recently said about the Sony's decision in a recent VGC interview. They remarked that the end of PlayStation disc production won't disturb the industry too much. Okay, I hope you bet on that, Ubi. The industry this decision will impact, though, is brick and mortar stores. Although GameStop's Ryan Cohen isn't concerned. Yeah, he said he wasn't concerned about that. Yeah. So there we go. Sega, you already know what to do. Okay, you guys. I mean, especially since you all tend to rub shoulders and know what's going on. I would have had this in my back pocket. I'd be like, gamers are going to lose their minds, okay? Nintendo's still doing cartridges, but they piss everybody off. Xbox is almost gone if they don't save themselves with Project Helix. And Sony has full force done so many things in a row to piss gamers off that they are going to be paying for this for years. And the gamers do not trust them whatsoever anymore. They do use them. They're reluctantly doing it only because, you know, they're the biggest platform right now. It is what it is type of thing. They're going to keep their PS5, but they're not getting the PS6. Sega would know, listen, get to work. Get to work on it. Okay, if we wasn't thinking about it, them old plans we had, to get them out. Manufacture this son of a bitch right now. New Sonic game to go with it. Disk drive comes with it. Okay, and we in all our commercials we let them know that they can get it on disc. Okay, let them know every time that they can get it on disc. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be giving it to both of them because Xbox still punking out and ain't said nothing, which means they're considering going digital. That means that they're because they would have taken the opportunity. It would be absolutely moronic of them to not come out with something to say, hey, we're still doing discs. But they didn't. And like immediately, like a day or two after the backlash, they could have. But nope, during the backlash, they have been quiet. So that means they're trying to figure out how to do things physically. See, because they're all about profit. See, they were pissing off Microsoft. Microsoft wants profit from them. And they knew they could get more profit, just like Sony could get more profit by going all digital. But now they know how pissed off gamers are about Sony wanting to go all digital. So now they don't want to say nothing because they're already in the hole. I see what's going on. I said, that's why I ain't said nothing yet. They're trying to figure, they got their bean counters and everybody else on your job are trying to figure out if they can continue to do this. I bet you that's what it is and make a profit. I'm telling you, Xbox, plenty of us are willing to buy Project Helix to get the most powerful game system out there. You get your great exclusives. You've got a disk drive. You're continuing to print discs. Okay, like, and stick it to Sony. I mean, people are going to do it. It's going to be like breaking up with a girl that done cheated on you or disrespected your family, and then you get with her friend on the side. That's what they're going to do. They looking at, or the girl she hates. There it is. The girl she hates. You get with the girl she hates after she did you wrong just to stick it to her. There's going to be Sony ponies running over to Xbox to buy an Xbox just to stick it to Sony because Sony cheated on them and did them wrong. You don't want to capitalize on none of that Xbox? You're just going to stay quiet. Huh? You're just going to be the timid kid in the corner? You ain't going to say nothing? Okay, you're part of $1 trillion company. Come on now. Don't punk out. Please don't punk out. We need you. 10 million subscribers. Woo!